Hey everyone, this is your stimulus update for Thursday, June 18th. And this stimulus update is for those of you that are wondering about the second stimulus package, the second stimulus check, and the first stimulus check, and where is it, and how you might receive it. Check in the description below to see what portion of the video you may be interested in, and click on the timestamp for that portion of the video to go directly to that section. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, be sure to subscribe right now, so that you can be up to date on all the latest stimulus check updates. While many others will tell you what you want to hear, I will tell you the truth as far as what's going on with the stimulus payments and stimulus checks. I'm not going to make stuff up. I'm not going to add extra fluff, but I will tell you what's going on and the potential for future stimulus. And I'm not going to give you false hope of stimulus that's just not going to happen. I don't think that's fair to you, and I don't think that's fair to anyone. So if that's what you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe right now and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. So there's been a lot of talk recently of a $4,000 stimulus. Well, that $4,000 stimulus is actually a travel credit for those that travel within the United States. If they travel, they would get 50% back of what they spend at airlines, hotels, restaurants, and other travel-related expenses. So if they spend $2,000, they would receive $1,000 back as a tax credit. If they spend up to $8,000, they could receive back up to $4,000 within one household. Those trips would have to be within the United States. It wouldn't count for travel that's done outside of the United States, because this is supposed to be an incentive for people to travel within the United States and to help those that work in the travel industry. While I know a lot of people hate this proposal, I'm going to try and give both sides of the argument on why this would be a good proposal and why it is a terrible proposal. First off, in full disclosure, my company I work for relies on the travel industry. We need travel. We need people going to vacation locations because that's where most of our stores are located. We have a bunch of stores in the US and in the Caribbean, and it's pretty much in vacation destinations. So with that said, let me explain why this travel credit would benefit a lot of people. 40% of the job losses since April are in the travel and restaurant sector. So 40% of the people that are out of work and that have lost their jobs or that were laid off from jobs work in the travel sector. And a lot of those people that work in the travel sector are low income earners. Some of them are minimum wage earners and others make a little bit more than minimum wage, but they're still low income earners. And they have been especially hard hit by the lack of travel. And you may say, oh, well, they'll get through it. They'll be okay. They're people that are just trying to struggle just like you. They're just trying to get by. They're just trying to make ends meet. And because travel is stopped, a lot of hotel employees, restaurant employees, airline employees, and other employees that rely totally on travel are out of work and need a lot of help. So in theory, this travel credit would benefit those people that are out of work because the travel is stopped within the United States. Once people start traveling again, they'll be going to restaurants, they'll be going on trips, they'll be staying in hotels, and that will directly benefit those employees that were either furloughed or laid off because they won't be able to get back to work and get back to earning their regular incomes. So that's the reasoning behind this travel credit, to try and help out those workers and those areas that were hit especially hard once travel stopped. I know it seems totally frivolous to give people that are wanting to travel money so that they can go and take trips and everything else, when so many of you, and I know from reading my comment section, when so many of you aren't thinking about travel, you're thinking about how to just put food on the table and pay your rent, pay your mortgage, and just get by. So I know that travel is the furthest from your mind right now. But there are millions of Americans that work in the travel industry that are also struggling, that are also out of work, and that do need their jobs back, that do need to get back to work and start earning their money again. So we really do need to get some people back to work, and hopefully most people back to work. That really should be a lot of the goal. But I do realize most of you just need some help right now. And you don't work in the travel industry. You just need another stimulus payment. You need another $1,200 or more than $1,200 so that you can pay for your food, pay for your housing, or whatever else you may need. And I know that so many of you are struggling and that you think this travel credit is terrible. And I can understand that as well. So let's talk about those of you that have still not received your first stimulus payment. I still get more comments about the first stimulus payment than just about anything else. So I'm going to talk about that right now. First off, let's talk about the Get My Payment tool. I know most of you hate it and don't like it at all, but the Get My Payment tool really is still the best way to get information specifically about your stimulus payment. If you can get into the Get My Payment tool, it will tell you when there is a payment date, if there is a payment date for you. It will also tell you if you need to add more information for the IRS to find you. If you get into the Get My Payment tool and it tells you payment status not available, that can mean one of two things. First off, it can mean that the IRS does not have enough information for you to determine your eligibility for payment. The second thing it can mean is that they are processing your payment, but they do not have a payment date for you yet. If you're getting payment status not available and you've had payment status not available for a really long time, I would suggest you try and contact the IRS. I know that that has not worked for most people and that most people that try and contact the IRS just get an automated message. And a lot of others, when they get a representative, that representative can't help them at all. But I still do get comments from people that are getting help from representatives and getting questions answered and getting their payment issues resolved so that they actually will get a stimulus payment. So if you've been sitting on payment status not available for a long time and you don't know what else to do, you're going to have to call the IRS. The IRS phone number is 1-800-919-9835. And most likely you're going to experience long wait times. If you get into an automated message and it just keeps repeating itself and sending you through menus and back to the main menu and you can't get out of those menu systems, you need to hang up and call back, because that means if you stayed on that call, you're going to just wait on there forever and it will never go to it will never go to anything other than an automated message. So call back and try again. So I've had a lot of questions about the non-filers tool. So let's talk about the non-filers tool again. If you still haven't received the $1,200 stimulus payment and you do not file taxes, the non-filers tool is an option that you can use to enter in your information so that the IRS can know where you are, your bank account information, and if you don't have a bank account, where to send your paper check or EIP debit card. Keep in mind that if you have a Direct Express card and you use the non-filers tool, you will not receive your stimulus on your Direct Express card. If you use the non-filers tool, it will come either in a direct deposit if you add bank information, or in a paper check or EIP debit card if you do not add bank information to the non-filers tool. And I've had a lot of questions from people that are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security retirement survivors, VA benefits, and railroad retirement benefits recipients, wondering if they should or shouldn't use the non-filers tool. I've been suggesting recently that if you're still waiting for payment and you don't have any information on the Get My Payment tool, that you probably should use the non-filers tool. As long as you're not required to file taxes, go ahead and use the non-filers tool, but know that if you're on any of those SSI, SSDI, Social Security retirement, disability, VA benefits, or railroad retirement benefits, the IRS has said you do not have to use the non-filers tool. But I've kind of been suggesting it more lately just so that the IRS knows who you are, and where you should receive your stimulus payment. For those of you that have already received your $1,200, don't use the non-filers tool again. It's not going to get you any more money. It's not going to get you an extra $1,200. It's not going to help at all. And also, if you are claimed as a dependent on someone else's taxes, don't use the non-filers tool, as you are not eligible. The only thing to that is if you were claimed in 2018 but weren't claimed in 2019 and you are not required to file taxes, then you may use the non-filers tool to fill it out, because you should be eligible if you were not claimed in 2019. So if you still haven't received your first stimulus payment, let me know in the comments below. Ask me questions if you have any, and I will do my best to answer them, either in the comment section or in a future video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. In addition, please like this video so that YouTube will share it with others. Thank you once again, and I will talk to you again soon.